Thank you so much for joining me for yet another update. My name is Ziki, and the Minister of Youth, Sports, Arts and Recreation, Kirsty Coventry, and the Minister of Finance and Economic Development, Professor Mutuli Ncube, have unveiled a ZWL $17 million relief fund for youth-led businesses and associations. So the finance minister also cited that the youth were lacking support, particularly in mentorship and financial. So yeah, he said work has to be done, more work has to be done to ensure that the youth get to their potential. So I'm going to play for you an audio from Minister Kirsty. I have edited the audio so that it can be audible enough.
We've split it up into two different ways. The first way is with Upper Zim, and that's the United Program for Artists and Athletes of Zimbabwe, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And the second one is directly for our youth, for our young people. And what we have done is we have identified essentially two specific groups within youth. So youth businesses and young businesses being run by young people, and our youth organizations that generally would be doing things volunteering or would be helping bring relief to different communities. And these are the two specific areas of youth that are, I think, cut across all of our youth across the nation. And we are going to be putting together a specific relief fund for the youth. And we'll talk about that a little bit more with the finance minister when he comes. What we've been working on the last 3 weeks is coming up with criteria for our youth for across the country to be able to give them a form of relief. And as I said before, we were able to come up with two different areas. The first one was more our social youth organizations, and the second one being more the business and the entrepreneurs. And we will be able to get to you tomorrow and share with you the criteria for the different groups, a way in which to register, and how to access the finance. We have been given 17 million Zimbabwe dollars towards the relief fund for youth across the country. And I wanted to just give you an opportunity to talk a little bit on why you were so enthusiastic about helping us with this initial seed funding to go to youth, and the being able to share with the youth a little bit of what you see moving forward in terms of how important the youth are for all of us. Zimbabwe Youth Relief Fund that it will be directly accessed through the Ministry of Youth. It will be all of the information on how to access the vetting process, the criteria, we will share with all of you tomorrow. We are just making final points. We want to make sure that we also are able to reach as many youth as possible. So we're trying to ensure that we have the correct processes that are transparent, that go across all provinces. And that comes back to the criteria to make sure that no one feels that they can't access the relief fund or the grant, and no one feels that to others over any transparent, and that it gets sent across and accessible for every young person in Zimbabwe. And tomorrow we'll be giving more information on how that criteria, what it will look like, and what we want to see moving forward. Secondly, there's still ongoing programs and projects, and what I wanted the minister to talk about was to talk about the 500 million, the venture capital fund, where youth entrepreneurs will be able to access different funding. This was obviously something that's more long-term, but that also will be accessible for young people in the next few weeks to months. And again, these are all different areas that young people will be able to have access to.
So unfortunately, the Minister of Finance wasn't audible enough. His connection was very, very poor, so they ended up cutting it. But I had to cut off those places where he was speaking because they were not audible. Okay, so yeah, this was the minister talking about the 17 million that has been availed, and also they made a point that this was not a loan, but actually it's a grant that shall be made available through the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Arts and Recreation. So this is what we have. I'm going to be coming back again with more updates. And remember, social distancing is not just a statement, but it's an action. Ciao, ciao.